Who knows?
Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to be starting another writing vlog because I stan these. So a lot of things have happened. The last few weeks have been wild. I haven't been recording very much lately because the last writing vlog I posted took me a very long time to edit, so I just took a bit of a break from filming. So a lot of stuff has happened in the meantime that I have to update you on, so I'm gonna do a bit of a quick update in the beginning. We're kind of at a different angle because I wanted to put the camera down so that this isn't super shaky, since I have some things to update on. So number one, Chapbook. I didn't put this in the last video because I think I had done it the day I was finished editing. Good news, I designed a cover and I completely formatted the entire thing, so there's now illustrations for the all about my poetry chapbook video, which I will have up probably during the summer. I'll film it. That is going to have all of the illustrations as I'm speaking about the particular poem, so I'm not going to show them in this video, but here's the cover. I like it. So yeah, I made a final copy yesterday for my teacher. I gave it to her just because I was gonna make more anyway, and I thought I would just gift her a copy. So I don't have it on me, but it looks just like the other one from the other video. It just has the cover now superimposed on the front, so that's very exciting. I have been writing so much Boys on a Boat. I kind of took a break from it like the last week and a half, but I've gotten a lot of it done. So if you're not sure what this project is, I mentioned it in my last two vlogs, so make sure you check it out. It's like a fostered spin-off. I recently made a development that I kind of want to expand it into either a novella or a novel because I have like a lot of content, like ideas, notes that I've taken. I'm a pantser, but I take a lot of notes. Like, is that just, I feel like it's a misconception that like pantsers just don't know anything. But I take a lot of notes. I have like 50,000 words of notes for Rewired, I believe, just alone. So I take a lot of notes. So in my notes, I've made up tons of ideas of new scenes and new subplots that I want to be introducing, and since it's kind of expanding into a bigger project, I'm thinking that I might just continue it until it's done. Usually I would just like, with the little fanfics, like, which are the little alternate stories that I write with Lonan and Harrison, like it's exclusive to them apparently. I usually end it after like I feel the arc has come to an end, I'm kind of getting tired writing it, but I haven't gotten tired writing this, and the arc just helps me so much to figure out where I'm at with Houses with Teeth, which is book 7, the next book in Fostered, because there's such a big time gap between Rewired and Houses with Teeth. It's been really hard for me to wrap my head around the characters, and also since the transition is from the tail end of the dystopian in the litfic, which is book 6, to sort of just fully litfic, it's kind of hard for me to make that transition. So writing Boys on a Boat, which still needs a title, writing that has been very helpful for me to learn how to transition a little bit better from book 6 to book 7, Houses with Teeth. I'm thinking I might write it as a novel over the summer. So I'm already almost very, very close to hitting 10,000 words. So a novel is about 50,000 words. I feel like I could probably stretch this story for another 40,000 words. I don't know. It would be really nice to write another novel, I will say that. I've gone through quite a few plot beats like that I wanted to hit. I know I talked about the short story that I did in the last video, Water Burials for the Living. So I did an editing pass on that, and I put it in the short story collection that Sarah and I put together just for our teachers. It's not published. It's not going to be published. We called the collection The Dead Speak Too. So yeah, it's not available anywhere. I haven't touched Houses with Teeth since my last writing sprint. I've felt very overwhelmed, but writing Boys on a Boat is helping me feel less overwhelmed. Today was the last day of classes. Basically, exams start today. I only have one exam and it's on Wednesday, and then I'm done. I finished all of my assignments, so now I don't know what to do with myself. I'm going to write when I go downstairs. Like, I think I'll either do some art for myself or write. Student life be like, you be doing work and that's it, and you don't know what to do with your free time. That's because in your free time you're doing your work, right? Obviously. Weekends are not weekends. They're time to catch up on work ends, but now like it's an actual episode. I don't know, guys. Anyway, so we out here. I learned More Nothing But Thieves on the guitar, so you guys are gonna get another concert. I don't think this guitar is tuned. It's not tuned. Hey guys, so it's almost 1 in the morning. I'm going to do some writing right now. So I'm going to be writing Boys on a Boat. I think I'm figuring it out. I don't know what I'm doing, honestly. Never mind. I actually have no idea what I'm doing with this stupid story. I want to write at least 500 words. Can I do that? I don't know. It's 1 in the morning. We'll see. We'll see. I'm walking downstairs now. Okay. Water is boiling, so it's probably gonna be very difficult for you to hear me. If you're wondering, I'm kind of in Lonan's head right now. It was initially Boys on a Boat. I was mentioning in the other vlog. Boys on a Boat, it was third person limited to Harrison's head, but I've recently been head hopping a lot into Lonan's head. Being in his head is really uncomfortable because it's just weird. We'll probably jump back at some point. I'll just head hop, I guess. I guess that's where we at right now, I guess. Hey guys, so I want to do a bit of an update. It is the next day. Sarah and I have been working on university course selection. It literally took all day. Literally took all day. Oh my god, I'm so bad at course selection. And now I think I'm gonna go write or work on some YouTube stuff. I wrote 700 words in Boys on a Boat yesterday. I figured out what I want to do, but I realized that I have to fix the chronology of things a little bit. So now I'm going to be interspersing some backstory into the narrative. So it got a little bit too complicated for me at 2 in the morning to be smart enough to figure out how to do. And then I wrote 400 words in notes. So So it's the same day, it's about 7 p.m. Want to do a bit of an update because I'm feeling kind of crummy. I decided to take a bit of a break from Boys on a Boat, which I think I'm going to call moth work. That was a line, I think, from another little story with Lonan and Harrison that was supposed to be the title, but I never ended up using it. I think it was either for Fishbowl or Mandarin. So I just stole that concept and then put it back in this version. So I might actually just use that. So I'm having a bit of an issue because I went back to Houses with Teeth, which I haven't touched for over a month. And I wanted to just get some work done on it. But I'm frustrated because I know where I want to be. I can't get there. I feel like my skill level isn't exactly where I need it to be to where I know how to achieve what I want. In terms of tone, the piece is kind of bland. I think the writing isn't as nuanced or mature as I would like it to be, so that sucks. The style that I'm writing in right now, which is how I usually write Reeve, could work really beautifully for a short story, but in this context and what I want from the novel, it's not working. And the reason it's not working is because of the point of view, and I know that it's because of the point of view, and I've been toying with changing the point of view for a while, and I think I'm actually going to do it. That requires a bit of an overhaul on everything I've already written, which is fine. I don't really mind much. Houses with Teeth is written in the point of view that all of the other Fostered books are written in, so first person, present tense. That's just how I started writing the Fostered books. I just continued writing it like that. I never really thought of changing it. It just felt the most natural. It's just something that I had chosen. It wasn't really something I put much thought into. Recently, I have switched my reading tastes quite a bit. Not recently, I guess it's been accumulating over the last 2 years. So I used to read some YA. I never used to read a lot of YA because I was a very, weird child. I started the series in that point of view, so I continued with it, and because of that I feel like I have lost a lot of opportunity to really grow into a different point of view that will help me tell the story I want to tell a little bit more. So what I'm trying to say is I'm going to change the point of view, I think. At least I'm thinking about it, and that's what I'm going to be working on for the next hour or so. I'm just going to sit down and I'm going to try to write Houses with Teeth in past tense. So it's still going to be in Reeve's head, just in past tense. Anything that I've written in past tense for Rewired has been so much better than what's been written in present tense. I feel like reflective Reeve, when she's reminiscing on the past, is a lot more interesting to read about than active reeve. I think active reeve is pretty cool. Not that past tense can't be active, I just mean like present tense has this immediacy that obviously past tense can't get to an extent. I guess there are exceptions, but just in the way that I use past and present tense, I feel like Reeve is better able to reflect on her situations, and I think that brings out the best in her character. So that's what I'm going to do. I've been really heavily inspired by History of Wolves by Emily Fridland recently. It definitely has the tone I was striving for. It's very subtle. That subtlety is kind of very unsettling, and that's kind of what I'm going for. And it's kind of more of a meditative book where there's less of a focus on plot. This was shortlisted for the Man Booker. I'm not gonna be that good, but I'm gonna flip through this a little bit. Just take a look at how she uses the point of view a bit more and how she uses atmosphere and tone. I've been focusing a bit more on short fiction lately, so I haven't really looked at the novel, and nor have I really thought about looking at Houses with Teeth, so hopefully this will help me out a little bit. I tried just transferring what I had into past tense, and it just doesn't work. I think I'm starting in the wrong place, almost. Maybe. I think maybe the events are okay. It's just what she's actually thinking about isn't right in the context of the point of view. Reeve is thinking about sort of the beginning. She's like looking at a window and she's trying to fix up like these pots that she broke because I think she knocked them down. Like, she says it was the ghost in her house, but she knocked them down, and she's trying to clean everything up, and she's observing her neighbors. I think I could pull a little bit more from that. The way that she's doing it is very quick. It's almost like a very quick summary, and I want it to be a little bit more like, I don't know, rich. Like, I feel like if you had this issue, you probably know what I'm talking about. Because to write a past tense story, I do think you need to be aware of why, especially if you're having second thoughts like me and you're like, I need to change this. I never thought about point of view as a thing that you actually need to think of until I started writing short fiction, because short fiction requires such an amount of efficiency in such a little amount of time. You definitely need to be choosing the most efficient point of view to get across what you want to be saying. I'm just trying to put a little bit more effort and care into my writing, so this is my attempt. Hey guys, so it's the next day. I did get some stuff done yesterday that I didn't update on. I started, like after the clip that would have just played, I started writing Houses with Teeth again. The issue wasn't really whether or not I was fond of what I was actually writing. It was more if I could continue to write it in that way. I feel like the first page worked in the way I was writing it. So first person present tense, very close to Reeve. There wasn't very much distance between the narrative and her. I was getting kind of worried about it. So that's why yesterday I decided just to sit down and sort of try to figure out if I could switch it into past tense so that it was a little bit more retrospective. This was scary because I have written 6 novels with Reeve in the first person present tense, and that's just how it's been, and it was sort of just the default for me. And I did write an opening, and I do have about the first page written in this past tense. It's much different than I'm used to. I think I need to fix Reeve's voice a little bit because she doesn't exactly sound like herself because she's not cynical enough, I think. But I think we're getting there. I think I'm just going to continue writing it the way I was writing it yesterday. Honestly, a little bit nerve-wracking. I don't really know what this story is when it's in past tense, so I don't know if I will change it back or what's happening here, but for now I'm experimenting with the past tense. There's always room to change it back. I didn't write much Boys on a Boat. I did finally name it, like I said, Moth War. Probably will still refer to it as Boys on a Boat, which is not very good. I feel like I was on a roll and then I'm suddenly like not on a roll. Hey guys, so we back. I just came back from an appointment and I have officially still done no studying. It's like 8 p.m. I'm gonna do that now. If you wanted to see the book, isn't it cool? Back, you can see some of the formatting. Isn't that cool? It's really funny, I misspelled my name on one of these stories, which is fine. I was figuring that I would screw something up and I misspelled my name. There's a lot of letters in my name, so probably get no writing done tonight. I want to film this as a preliminary so that I can like transition into me after my exam. Wouldn't that be so exciting? Hey everybody, so it is the next day. Guess what? I'm free! So I had my first and last exam for the semester. Today was my English exam. I feel like there's a point in the exam where you just stop giving a shit. That kind of happened today. It's basically my last day of high school today, which is wild. A lot of these vlogs have spanned this final year of high school, which is very exciting, so I can look back on this. Graduation is next week. This summer, I was talking to my doctor, and we decided a good reach goal is to write a novel over the summer. It's a big reach, but it's a reach goal, So I am hoping to expand Boys on a Boat, or it now has a name, Mothwork, into either a novella or a novel. I feel like I'm almost there. Like, I'm already like a fifth way through because I'm already at 10K. And I definitely feel like I could pump out more of this. I don't know. We'll see. I'm probably gonna look back on this and be like, stupid, you thought you could write a novel, but I really need the break. I'm very excited that this is over. Very sad at the same time. I love high school. I know a lot of people didn't like high school. I absolutely adored my high school experience. It was very stressful. A lot of bad things happened, but equally a lot of great things happened. I met a lot of wonderful people. I'm very excited for university, but this has been a very exciting chapter of my life that has now ended. So now I have my reach goal of writing a novel. I definitely want to write some more poems, but for now the focus is going to be the potential novel, or if anything, a novella. It's basically already on the road to being a novella. I wanted to share something absolutely beautiful with you guys. My art teacher is such a sweetheart, and she got me a copy of this book as sort of like a parting present. We did a little bit of a book swap with our short story collection. She gifted me this gorgeous book called Tiny Beautiful Things, Advice on Love and Life from Dear Sugar by Cheryl Strayed. It looks like this. It's not something I would like usually pick up because I usually read like fiction. I usually read like the adult lit fic, and that's like my niche. I usually don't read. She gifted me this beautiful book, and it's actually a compilation of sort of advice pieces written by this woman named Cheryl Strayed, who went under the anonymous identity of Dear Sugar for her column, and it's basically just the columns compiled into a book, and it's gorgeous. I've read almost fully 2 of them, and it's so good. Hi guys, so it's about 5:30, 5:45-ish, and I just wanted to do an update. I printed out Boys on a Boat, which is Mothwork. Like, you can call it whatever. I'm probably gonna still call it Boys on a Boat. And I'm just going to paper edit it. The reason why I'm doing paper edits is because, like, it's kind of funny. I get deeply embarrassed rereading this. So I think having it physically will be a lot easier. It's like about 30 pages. Hopefully that will ease the embarrassment. I don't know, but anyway, I'm just going to edit it because I think it needs an edit. I'm going to also split it into chapters because if I'm going to be expanding it, it's literally one long chunk right now. So I'm going to split it at least into 2 chapters, and then maybe that will help me also edit it a little bit better so I can see a clearer art. Hey guys, so I wanted to do an update for you. It's been a few days, I think, since the last clip, but I did quite a bit of work yesterday. Yesterday was a very productive day, but also like a very crazy day. I successfully thought I deleted my Lightroom catalog, which, if you don't use Lightroom, is basically where all your photos and your presets are. So that was a fiasco. And then I deleted every single photo from my computer, which like has all my art on it and like and all my graphic design. And I don't have backups. It was a huge fiasco with Dropbox, and then I had to like go and re-download everything. Thankfully, everything is fine. Like, don't freak out, I have the data, thankfully. I did a photo shoot with Sarah and Ashley yesterday in direct sunlight, and that went really well. And I also edited those images. It was probably a set of 80 or like 60. So I got all of that done yesterday, and then on top of that, after everything was done at around 1 in the morning, I sat down and I did some edits on Boys on a Boat, or as I've titled it, Mothwork. If you're wondering why I titled that, it's mostly because it like sounds cool, but like I figure it's more because you know how like moths will like gather around like a light source? that's kind of like, despite what they're doing, like it feels like they, at least us humans, it feels like the minute you put on a light they immediately gather. That's kind of like symbolic to the story. I wanted to do an update because I did a lot of line edits. So in the previous clips I was working on paper edits. I kind of trailed off the paper a little bit. I like to print it out in case, and I did some work on the paper, but now I'm sort of back into the computer. The paper did what it was supposed to do, which was to ease me back into the computer, because I was very like embarrassed of editing this. Because what happened was I wrote this being like, I don't care about the quality of the prose. When I went back to read and edit things, because I wanted to edit them up a little bit, just polish everything, it was so bad that I was like, I don't want to look at this. So that helped me actually just get over that and like look at it, and it's perfectly fine now. And I edited about 4,000 words. Yeah, so I got a lot of that done. I decided to split the book. I don't know if it's a book or a novella yet. I'll just say the work. I split it in chapters. So the first chapter is about 4,000 words. Like I said, I've already have about 10,000 words written. So I split it into 4,000 for the first chapter, and I titled that Moth Work after the whole project. If I come up with a better title for another part that I think is better, I'll probably change the title. That's just a working title for now because it's the only thing that I can think of that isn't Boys on a Boat. Then I have the rest of the work, which is like around 6,400 words, that I'm going to also split up. I think I know where I want to split that, like a scene that I want to split that at. Now I feel more comfortable with the first chapter, I guess. So I will probably do an update on my blog. I don't know if I'll post any excerpts because it's not, I don't know how I feel about the writing itself, but I might. Anyway, that went really, really well. I'm pretty happy with it. That's just how I feel now, though. I feel like I'm probably gonna come back and hate it, but you know, that's how writing be sometimes. I'm not doing much. I think I'm actually going to go just eat breakfast and continue off where I was. I had a very good momentum, worked up yesterday, and I was actually really sad to stop line editing because I wasn't tired last night. It was around 2:30 when I finished in the morning. Hey guys, so it's a really beautiful day. I wanted to do a bit of a outdoor update because it's beautiful. I have been editing Boys on a Boat for the last 2 hours about, and it's going really well. I'm very happy with it. I think doing this edit was really helpful in reminding me of what I'd already written and where I was going in the story, because I found when I go into writing it, it was a little bit difficult because I couldn't A, remember, and B, just felt kind of crummy about it. So now that I'm feeling better, I'm really excited to just go into the rest of the story and start exploring new things. I'm really liking how subtle the narrative almost is. A lot of the parts are very overt, but then some of the feelings that Harrison describes are really subtle, and I like that subtlety. I think it's kind of cute. As we progress from their little story of going from friends to like not friends to more than friends, there's a lot of stuff that happens. So I'm really happy that I've been able to explore this. I think it's very sweet. I adore being in Harrison's head a lot. I think he has such an interesting perspective on the world, and it just feels very distinctly him, and he's been one of my favorite characters that I've ever written. To be in his head and to give him his own space to voice his own story has been very sweet. I feel like he's always been somebody who has taken care of everybody in the book, and now that he's gotten his own story, I feel like people are more inclined to take care of him, and I think that's very sweet in a sense. I'm probably going to take a break from editing soon because I'm almost caught up, and then I have to do a thicker edit on what I just wrote. I was mentioning it in other clips how I need to sort of rehaul everything. I will definitely be doing that later today, but I'm just really feeling good about the story, about life. Everything has been going great, I think. Very stress-free, pretty happy right now. Okay guys, so it's about 6:30 p.m. and I wanted to do another update. I got quite a bit of editing done. I actually finished editing the entire thing for Moth Work, or Boys on a Boat, whatever I'm calling it. And so that's really good. I'm pretty happy with it. I even started drafting a little bit more beyond what I'd edited, which is pretty good, probably around 200 to 300 words that I've drafted. That's new. I'm feeling kind of tired, so I think I might go make some coffee and do some reading, do some more writing, but I've done a lot of work on writing today, so I might finish up or work on something else for the next little while. But I'm pretty happy with how much I've gotten done and the quality of what I have edited, which is good. Hey guys, so it's quite a bit later since the last time I updated. I just wanted to do an outro for this vlog. So it is Wednesday, tomorrow is Thursday, which means I'm graduating tomorrow. I haven't gotten in very much writing. However, I did start drafting chapter 4 yesterday. I wrote a little bit of a paragraph. I think I'm going to just continue to draft and pick away at this story until I go on vacation, and maybe on vacation I will take a look at houses with teeth. But so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. These vlogs are always fun, so if there's anything you guys want to see in particular, let me know and I'll try to make that happen. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Saint Christopher, to find your sister. She